Hello students, welcome to class 10th session of English. Today I am going to start with the chapter 10 of First Flight, that is Sermon at Banaras. Any idea what is the meaning of sermon? Just think over it. It could have two meanings. The one is formal one and the another one is informal one. If we talk about the formal one, it could be based on any religious teaching given to people in church or in temples, and in informal way, if we talk about, it can be taken as a sort of lecture that we mostly used to say that our parents or teachers are giving to us. So we'll go through the story Sermon at Banaras. And before you read the story, you have to find out, as we have already discussed, the meaning of sermon. Is it different from lecture or a talk? Obviously, it can be when we are talking in a formal way. And can this word also be used in a negative way or as a joke, as in the sentence given here, my mother's sermon about getting my work done on time? Yes, it could be when we are talking about in a very informal way. Below that you can see few words are given, and all of you are supposed to refer. All of you have to refer the dictionary for this, and you have to, although you are going to get the meanings within the chapter, but you have to find out the meaning of these phrases from the dictionary also. Then the third, they have asked, have you heard of Sermon on the Mount? Who delivered it? Who do you think delivered the sermon at Banaras? So any idea to any of you? Yes, so firstly I would like to give the intro of the chapter, and then we'll start with the reading and the explanation. Although briefing has been done in your previous classes, so today basically we are going to start with the explanation of the chapter. So here we can see basically the sermon that we are going to talk about, Sermon at Banaras. So here we are going to talk about Gautam Buddha, that is from 563 BC to 483 BC. That is basically, BC stands for before the birth of Jesus Christ. Began his life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautama in northern India. At 12, he was sent away for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and 4 years later he returned home to marry a princess. So here we are talking about the initial life of Gautam Buddha. They had a son and lived for 10 years as befitted royalty. At about the age of 25, the prince, heretofore shielded from the sufferings of the world, while out hunting, chanced upon a sick man, then an aged man, then a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. Alms here means asking for some money or help for food or anything. So this kind of story, we talk about, basically you might have heard in your childhood. Basically it is about Gautam Buddha, who was kept away from all such kind of sufferings of life. But once he came across by chance, chanced upon here means he came across by chance, and what he saw at the age of 25, first time he saw the sufferings of the world when he went for hunting, and he saw a sick man there. After that, aged man, and followed by the funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms, for money. These sights so moved him that he at once went out into the world to seek enlightenment concerning the sorrows he had witnessed, because he never saw such kind of things in his life ever. He was not aware about all such sufferings are prevailing in the world, so he was very much shocked. Enlightenment here we talk about a state of high spiritual knowledge. He wandered for 7 years and finally sat down under a peepal tree, where he vowed to stay until enlightenment came. So after looking at these sufferings, he was longing for the enlightenment. Enlightened after 7 days, he renamed the tree the Bodhi tree, the tree of wisdom. Please mark it. And began to teach and to share his new understanding. At that point, he became known as the Buddha. And if we talk about the literal meaning of the term Buddha here, the awakened or the enlightened, who has got the knowledge, write it down, who attained the knowledge. The Buddha preached his first sermon at the city of Banaras. So mark it, this is the, from here only we can see the title has been taken, Sermon at Banaras. Sermon means, here if we talk about in this chapter, basically we have talked about the religious or the moral talk. Most holy of the dipping places on the river Ganga. Dipping places on the river means the place for bathing. That sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering. Inscrutable means something which cannot be understood. The meaning is given here, but mark it and write it down, which cannot be understood. Kisa Gautami had an only son and he died. So here we can see the another story has been given. In her grief, she cried the dead child to all her neighbors, asking them for medicine, and the people said, "She has lost her senses. The boy is dead," means she was not able to bear the pain of her son, the death of her son, and she was crying here and there. She was going to all her neighbors and asking for any kind of medicine that could help her out to make her son alive. So what the people were saying, they were saying that she might have lost her senses. She is not able to understand that the boy is dead. At length, Kisa Gautami met a man who replied to her request. "I cannot give the medicine for thy child." Thy means, thee here means the medicine, thy means your child, but I know a physician who can. And the girl said, "Pray tell me, sir, who is it?" And the man replied, "Go to Sakyamuni, the Buddha." So where he asked her to go? To Gautam Buddha. Kisa Gautami repaired to the Buddha and cried, "Lord and Master, give me the medicine that will cure my boy." So here we can see that she went to Lord Buddha and asked for the medicine that is going to help her out to cure her boy. The Buddha answered, "I want a handful of mustard seeds." So she was very happy that with the help of these mustard seeds here, she is going to get her son back. And when the girl in her joy promised to procure it, the Buddha added. So in the beginning, Gautam Buddha did not tell her all the things. He simply asked for a handful of mustard seeds. But later on he added, the mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent or friend. Please mark it. So what Gautam Buddha told her, that you have to bring the mustard seeds for me from the house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent or friend. Poor Kisa Gautami now went from house to house, and the people pitied her and said, "Here is mustard seed, take it." But when she asked, "Did a son or daughter, a father or mother die in your family?" they answered her, "Us, the living are few, but the dead are many. Do not remind us of our deepest grief." And there was no house but some beloved one had died in it. So please mark it. So she did not find even a single house where death did not take place. Kisa Gautami became very weary and hopeless, and sat down at the wayside watching the lights of the city as they flickered up and were extinguished again. At last, the darkness of the night regained everywhere, and she considered the fate of men, that their lives flicker up and are extinguished again. Please mark it. So here she got the lesson and she thought to herself, how selfish am I in my grief. Death is common to all. Yet in this valley of desolation there is a path that leads him to immortality, who has surrendered all selfishness. That's desolation here means, valley of desolation means an area which is filled with deep sorrow. But beside that, the path is there, which is going to take him to immortality, who has surrendered all selfishness here. If we are going to leave all our selfishness, then definitely we are going to be immortal. The Buddha said, the life of mortals in this world is troubled and brief and combined with pain. Mortals means those who are bound to die. Immortal, who will never finish or never die. For there is not any means by which those that have been born can avoid dying. After reaching old age, there is death. Of such a nature are living beings. So here the reality of life has been mentioned, that if you have taken the birth, definitely we all have to die. As ripe fruits are early in danger of falling, so mortals when born are always in danger of death. Please underline it. So that if we talk about is the reality of our life. As all earthen vessels made by the potter end in being broken, so is the life of mortals. Please mark it. Here the example has been taken of the earthen vessels. Both young and adult, both those who are fools and those who are wise, all fall into the power of death. All are subject to death. So whether you are fool, rich, poor, whatever, if you have taken birth on this earth, definitely you have to die. Of those who overcome by death depart from life, a father cannot save his son, nor kinsman their relation. Mark, while relatives are looking on and lamenting deeply, one by one mortals are carried off, like an ox that is led to the slaughter. So no one is here who can protect you from the death. So the world is afflicted with death and decay. Afflicted means affected by suffering, disease and pain. Therefore the wise do not grieve, knowing the terms of the world. Not from weeping nor from grieving will anyone obtain peace of mind. On the contrary, if we talk about, his pain will be the greater and his body will suffer. If you are going to attach too much with your life due to lack of knowledge, so what will happen? The greater the pain will be there and your body will suffer. He will make himself sick and pale, yet the dead are not saved by his lamentation. Lamentation means if somebody is expressing the sorrow on your death, then also you could not be protected. He who seeks peace should draw out the arrow of lamentation and complaint and grief. He who has drawn out the arrow and has become composed will obtain peace of mind. So in your life, what you have to realize? You have to realize the reality of death, and you have to detach yourself from all such kind of worldly things. He who has overcome all sorrows will become free from sorrow and be blessed. So what has been mentioned here? If you are able to overcome all your sorrows, then definitely your soul will be free from your sorrows and you will be blessed one. And we can see in this story, Gautam Buddha tried to give the same lesson to the lady who was crying or who was feeling the pain or suffering due to the death of her son. So we need to understand the reality of life. We need to understand, if we would like to get peace in our life, we have to be in the circle of knowledge. We have to attain the enlightenment. which is going to provide us the knowledge of life. So here we can see that in this story we saw the sermon at Banaras. The chapter throws light upon the early life of Lord Buddha, who was originally born as a prince in the royal family, and on being exposed to the suffering of the world, which he was earlier shielded from, means he was protected from all such kind of sufferings, but once he got the chance when he went for hunting, and ultimately he realized the reality of the life. So what he decided, he left his princehood and went in search of salvation, thus leaving all the worldly pleasures behind. So he went out in search of enlightenment. Upon attaining spiritual awakening, he gave his first sermon in the city of Banaras, that we have gone through in the chapter already, hereby making a lady named Kisa Gautami realize that men are mortal and a wise person should not grieve at what is bound to happen, for it only enhances pain and suffering. So this was the first lesson or first sermon given by Gautam Buddha in the city of Banaras, where he taught or made her realize that men are mortal, and if we are wise enough, we should not grieve at what is bound to happen, because what will happen if we are too much attached with the worldly pleasure or worldly things, then definitely it is going to increase, it is going to enhance our pain or suffering, and that is going to create the problem in attaining knowledge or salvation. And please make sure that all of you are doing the reading of that from your NCERT textbook. So once again, just I am starting with that. Gautam Buddha, 563 BC to 483 BC, that we are talking about the time period before the birth of Jesus Christ. So here Gautam Buddha began his life as a prince named Siddhartha Gautam. All of you have to read the chapter thoroughly, because whatever the worksheets will be provided to you, in that the questions can be given based on in between the chapter. So you should have the knowledge and underline the important points given in the chapter. So like at what age he was sent to school for schooling in the Hindu sacred scriptures, and after that you should be aware about that 4 years later he returned home to marry a princess. Then at the age of 25, the prince, up till now he was shielded from the all kind of sufferings, and after that he was when he went out for hunting once, he got the chance actually, and what he saw there, a sick man, then an aged man, and then a funeral procession, and finally a monk begging for alms. So here you should be aware about the sequence of the person he met, and these sights so moved him that he at once went out into the world to seek enlightenment concerning the sorrows he had witnessed. He wandered for 7 years. So when he saw all these sights, he was very much touched. He was not able to understand the sorrows that he saw prevailing in the world, and he left his home, he left his family, and he wandered for around 7 years, and finally he sat down under a peepal tree. And what was the name given to that tree? You should be aware about that was Bodhi tree, the tree of wisdom. The meaning also you have to recall. And what he did, he began to teach and to share his new understanding to the people, and this was the area where he got the enlightenment after 7 days, and he became famous as the Gautam Buddha. Here in this city, basically Banaras, if we talk about, he preached his first sermon. I hope all of you have understood now, means any religious or the moral lesson that you are getting, And if we talk about that sermon has been preserved and is given here, it reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one inscrutable kind of suffering, such kind of sufferings that we are not able to understand. So here we have seen in this chapter a very short story has been given related to Kisa Gautami, who lost her son, and when she was crying and she was full of grief and pain, she asked each and every neighbor, all her neighbor, about any kind of medicine that is going to help her out to make her son alive, but nobody was able to help her out. So ultimately she was sent to Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha decided, Gautam Buddha assured her that he is going to do what one thing he want, and he want a handful of mustard seeds. She was very happy and she decided that it's very easy to bring handful of mustard seed. But Gautam Buddha later on added that the mustard seed that you are going to bring must be taken from the house where no one has ever lost a child, husband, parent or friend. Means you have to bring the mustard seed from the house where death have never took place. She went to each house, she asked for such thing, and she was not able to find any of such house. So this was the time when she realized the reality of life. And Gautam Buddha mentioned that if we are going to understand all these things are mortal one in this world, and we are going to realize or accept the reality of death, then definitely we will be free from any kind of suffering and the pain. And we have to understand here that if we are able to overcome all the sorrow and all these kind of suffering, so we will be the blessed one. All of you are supposed to read the chapter once again. In next class we are going to discuss the question answers, so please make sure that you people are going to be ready with the question answers of the chapter, the sermon at Banaras, and in between the chapter also you should be aware about all the things. Thank you everyone.